With transitioning out of leading Bridgewater and, removing yourself kind of from the day-to-day responsibility and commitments, obligations you were talking about, what obstacles have you encountered during that process, and what do you think you need to do to get to where you want to be on that front in a perfect world?
As a natural part of the process, it's like a parent-child relationship to some extent. One has to find out what are the needs, what are the things that I had that were helpful that have to be replaced, and also to make sure that I'm not that I'm a good helper, a good mentor, but that I don't stand in the limelight or don't tell any people what to do. It's like a parent of a 45-year-old. I ask, you want any thoughts? It's your life. I don't feel any desire. It seems totally unnatural to control. That's the free of obligation and the joy. There's a joy of mentoring.
How many hours a week do you work now?
What's work? I mean, if you ask me how many hours a week do I do things that I'm excited about, then I would say, I don't know, 80 hours a week. And I don't do things that I'm not excited about. If you're dealing with the markets, the economy, what's going on in the world, that's a passion. It's like a game that I started when I was 12, and I continue to play that, and I love that. The ocean exploration, all different interesting places in the world, all different interesting people. I love the outdoors. I like nature. I like bow hunting, and I like diving. So I don't know what work is.
How does it compare in terms of the time commitment to when you were like grinding the most?
I think the big difference is obligation, responsibility. I decided that I was going to be free of all obligations. No obligations. If I want to wake up in the morning and I want to go do something, I'm always going to be free. And so that was the big change, right? But I'm excited about a lot of things.
And you wrote in your book on that front, to me, the greatest success you can have as the person in charge is to orchestrate others to do things well without you. And then you went on to say, I could see that despite all of my and Bridgewater's amazing achievements, I had not achieved this highest level of success. How do you feel about that today?
It's the thing that I'm doing to try to pass it along. It's my mission, and whether I succeed at it or not, I'll be happy with my attempt. And so, let's say, why am I on this interview? I'm on the interview because I want to pass along some things that were helpful. And then there's a phase in your life where you don't want to be more successful, and that instinctually you want others to be good without you, and you want to be free to live and free to die. Or it's also pass along the money. I've earned money, so to think about how to pass it along philanthropically. All of those are things that at this stage in life come naturally.
How do you go about determining what to leave the family and where to allocate the resources to do good?
I sort of have an anti-luxury thing. I want to be able to make sure my kids and my grandkids can get education and medical attention. And I think that the more you give, the more you're denying struggling. And that struggling is what makes people stronger. So I approach it that way. And then I have empathy for people around us or the things. And so I find the things that I believe are important or exciting, and and then I support that.
And you made the point that the most successful people that you're around, even those that are successful beyond their wildest dreams, still struggle more than bask in the glory.
Yeah, and I also want to say that what I define as a successful person isn't somebody who has a lot of wealth and power. I mean, that's a type of success. So it's a common definition of success. Successful is really having a good life. You need the basics. But once you have those things, and then you have the meaningful work and the meaningful relationships, you've got everything that matters. The more you have, the more you have to take care of. And you can be on top of taking care of all those things, and they can become obligations.